All right, to watch this video for Tuesday, November 22nd. Another reminder that it's Thanksgiving week, and so, sometimes the low floaters get running and you get some crazy action. Again, afternoons, things really die down. Markets closed Thursday, and I think we got half day Friday. So showing you the SPY here, all-time highs, what it looks like to me. So we can just continue to trade as always. So let me go into the list. Might surprise some of you. We got some shippers that I have on Bounce Watch. They've all come almost round tripped, but you have potential short squeezes if these set up the right way, right? If we can get any kind of a trade in a narrow range, specifically in dry ships, and then the other shippers I'm getting ready to show you will be the ones that you can trade as the sympathy plays. But dry ships is the one, DRYS, that everyone's watching. So I'm actually going to watch to possibly trade DRYS tomorrow in addition to the other shippers. What I'd like to see is some kind of a narrow range for the opening 5, 10, 15 minutes and then an upside break. So that is not the only scenario that I'm looking for, but that's the scenario that I think could give us a really nice quick squeeze. Okay, so if it doesn't meet my parameters on an intraday basis, I won't call it and I won't trade it. All right, so let me just rip through some other shippers that I'm watching in the same light. SINO, ESEA. And these are all pretty similar, right? Huge moves, and now like 4 days down in a row. GLBS and GSL, and you could put other shippers on watch too. Those are the ones I'm going with. You only need one good trade a day to make a living. So those are the shippers I'm watching. Other stocks I'm watching. SCON goes back on watch. No trades in it today. Huge move 2 days ago, and now we're 2 days lower on declining volume. Now, I prefer setups like this to be obviously not to have come back down so far, right? I would have preferred a solid green candle and then a couple small red candles like to here maybe. So when they get close to round tripping, I certainly like them less, but at the same time, that same scenario I just painted for dry ships or the shippers should also or could also pay off nicely in SCON because it made a huge move on over 20 million shares 3 sessions ago. So that one has to go on watch. STEM, just an inside day. It was on watch for today. No trades in it, but a nice inside day. So it certainly looks interesting over today's high. Maybe we'll get a better setup than that. NSPR. This one looked really good close to the close, and then it kind of gave some back. But if you can picture this candle being solid green, this is a very handsome chart, unfortunately. And this is what caught my attention. It had this huge spike here, and then I looked at the daily chart and thought, wow, that looks good. Well, then it ended up fading into the close. Does that matter? Does that negate the setup? It doesn't help, but it doesn't mean it can't work either. So I'm just going to watch this for a potential long tomorrow. Again, I would have preferred a stronger close than that one today. MIRN, a very nice volume spike today. It went from 123 to 164, so a very nice percentage move before closing at 152. That's worth watching for a second day play, maybe a red to green or something along those lines. So let's keep MIRN on watch. ROKA, and a lot of these little guys are moving, so they're worth watching. A nice volume spike in ROKA, closing at 502. It went as high as 550, so again, maybe a red to green in that one. ATOS is actually a pretty handsome chart. You had this big spike here, then a lower high, and it's kind of building, a little volume building, and it's nice green candle today. You have a couple what I call stacked catalysts above. Okay, if it can take out today's high at 190, you look to the left, you've got a potential 193 break of the recent high, and then maybe a push through the hole number 2, which is the next recent high, right? So you have wedge pattern, which forms what I call stacked catalysts. So those are some numbers if you want to put those in your notes. I'll say them one more time. 190, 193, and 201. And I'm actually, as I'm making this video, killing 2 birds with 1 stone and writing down those numbers myself. And then lastly, I have CBMX, which had a pretty nice pop, then a gap up, sold off, looked like sellers were in control, and then right back up. So this one is interesting, like maybe a hole number 3 break could take it through today's high, which was 305, which could take it through this recent high of 315. It's a fairly low float stock, so this one's interesting. I'm not in love with it, but it's worth watching. Like I said, a lot of times Thanksgiving week, the low floaters can get stupid, in a good way. A couple highlights from today. SAEX. Let me go to 5-minute candles. I accidentally went to 25. Okay, 5-minute candles here. One of our moderators and my partner that helped me put together the day trading for a living course, excellent trader. Wayne called this out, SAEX, if it got back through the whole number 9, right, which is a red to green, high of day just above that for the next potential catalyst. And then you can see it broke through 9, ripped through the high, a pretty clean pullback, and then ripped all the way through 10. That's just a great setup. And if you watch any of my videos, you know I love stuff that triggers at inflection points with a catalyst right above, right? In this case, the whole number break was red to green, and the next catalyst was a high of day break, right? Where you get that free advertising on the new high of day ticker. So that was a great setup. Recent high flyer, low floater. So a great setup and a great call by Wayne. He also called REN in a similar fashion when it looked like this over the whole number 33, and same setup. I mean, same scenario, just ripped. So I love those kind of inflection point setups, and Wayne's been doing a great job calling them. I also called, but it was a little bit late, SPU as a morning gap play. I didn't get long. I really would have liked the whole number 8 break, because then you had the red to green, then you had a high of day, again, stacked catalyst, just like I talked about in the last couple setups. But I saw this popping, and you know this was on our gap play list. I wasn't able to get long till right about there, right before the high of day break. But in the same fashion that I teach, I just started scaling out, and in probably 4 to 6 to 8 minutes, I don't know, I had $700 in my pocket. So that's all you need is a good stock, a move from here to here. You know, if you're set up and you got your charts ready to go and you know how to trade them, you know what you're looking for, you make some pretty good money in a very short period of time. All right, so that's what I try to do every day. I use all these charts in front of me with the watch list and the gap plays that we work together, teamwork-wise and everything. I try to build a list, and then I wait for setups, and together collectively as a group, we spot them and we post them in the room for everybody. The teamwork in there is fantastic. I can't say enough about the group in there. Everybody works together. There's no animosity, no competition whatsoever, and no pumping, no trying to pump stocks either. So anyway, best trading family on the planet. All right, I've done enough bragging. I'm going to leave it at that. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see everybody tomorrow.